In the latest episodes of General Hospital, Josslyn Jax finds herself at the center of some emotionally charged and character-defining moments, continuing her evolution from a sometimes impulsive young woman into someone trying to become a more grounded, self-aware adult. Joss has always been one to wear her heart on her sleeve, and recently those emotional instincts have been put to the test on multiple fronts. The most prominent thread in Joss's current storyline involves her struggle to find stability and certainty in her personal life. After a stretch of chaos and heartbreak, she's still trying to understand what she truly wants, both romantically and for herself. Rather than settling for the easy choice, she has been pushing herself to make decisions that reflect growth, even when they're difficult. The emotional maturity in her recent scenes has been striking, with Joss showing a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths and question feelings she once ignored. Part of this introspection has been tied to her complicated emotional history, particularly with past relationships that continue to cast long shadows. Joss has been navigating these feelings with a new level of emotional honesty, openly examining what she expected from those relationships versus what she truly needs moving forward. In conversations with close friends and family, she's begun admitting fears and desires that previously stayed buried under bravado or deflection. This vulnerability has given the character a depth that feels earned, rooted in all she has been through rather than simply reactionary. Recently, one of the most significant developments for Joss has been her efforts to build healthier connections, not just romantic ones, but familial and friendly ties as well. She's had meaningful dialogues with her mother that go beyond surface-level conflict, showing a new willingness to understand different perspectives and act with empathy. Those moments have allowed McCoy to showcase a broader emotional range for Joss, from fiery independence to tender self-reflection and everything in between. While Joss isn't bogged down in overt danger or cliffhanger intrigue at the moment, her internal storyline has been just as compelling. She's been processing the idea of trust, who deserves it, how to give it without losing herself, and when it's okay to pull back for self-preservation. In scenes with those closest to her, she often oscillates between confident assertion and thoughtful hesitation, which makes her journey feel incredibly human and relatable. Viewers who have watched Joss over the years will likely see this as a natural next step in her emotional growth, rather than a sudden or abrupt shift. Another recent thread in Joss's arc involves her role as a moral sounding board for others. Even as she works through her own issues, she's become a trusted voice for friends who need perspective, lending wisdom beyond her years. This gives her presence on the canvas a dual purpose. She's not only dealing with her own drama, but also helping others navigate their own. That kind of narrative positioning makes her essential to the overall emotional texture of Port Charles right now. There have also been quieter, more introspective moments where Joss reflects privately on her past choices, reminding herself that growth isn't linear and setbacks don't erase progress. In one recent scene, she stood alone after an emotionally charged conversation and simply breathed, as if acknowledging that she's learning not to collapse under pressure anymore. It's in these small, almost silent beats that the evolution of her character feels most pronounced. The combination of self-reflection, emotional honesty, and growing natural leadership in her interpersonal dynamics makes Josslyn one of the more intriguing characters this season. She's not simply reacting to chaos, she's evaluating how she moves through it and who she wants to be afterward. In a show known for high stakes and dramatic reversals, her quieter but earnest journey towards self-actualization is giving fans plenty to talk about and rooting for. Overall, Josslyn's recent episodes show her making strides toward authenticity, steadiness, and emotional accountability. She still has challenges ahead, and she's sure to face complications on the romantic and personal fronts before long, but the direction she's heading feels more deliberate and self-driven than it ever has. This evolving version of Joss, thoughtful, resilient, and compassionately bold, is proving that even the most dynamic characters can grow up in surprising and satisfying ways.